Hello, Taurus. Welcome. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a general reading, so of course everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Adval 53 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Do you love what you do for work, Taurus? One more. Ooh. This will be interesting. Okay. All right, jumping into this, what you show me? You are very highly dedicated, dedicated and determined, slurred together. Dedicated. Almost sounds like a literal lisp or something. Dedicated. You are dedicated and determined. I'm pretty adamant about some type of relationship or connection here between you and someone. At the same time, this energy of determined is ultimately about making some sort of decision. I don't know if this is an ultimatum between the two of you or not, but you're saying something about this connection needs to absolutely change. Something needs to be done. You're saying ultimately there needs to be something that needs to be said, expressed, or communicated between the two of you. And I don't exactly know what is being said or talked about, but it is causing conflict, and I mean immediately. Whatever this conflict is that's taking place, you're not too sure exactly what to do, how to work with it, what to think. All you know though is it's very frustrating as well as emotionally upsetting, to the point where you're kind of like, I just want to be left alone. Just kind of leave me alone, kind of let me sort through my thoughts and my emotions on my own. And so immediately your guard goes up. Now, unfortunately, even though this was open, honest, vulnerable communication, you're showing me that because of this energy of guardedness and boundaries that you kind of set in place, I feel like you are wanting to work with the circumstances. You are. At the same time, you're kind of saying, I'm not too happy. I have to kind of put my foot down about this, but it is what it is. There's an energy of, you know, that you're very, very much so unhappy. But at the same time, you're not fighting it. But you also are trying to figure out what to do because of it all. So you're kind of digging in and looking into things and trying to come up with something. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, goodness. Looking at 555. Yeah, this is what is going on with this. Is it or is it not? Dancing energy right there. Okay. So yeah, you're trying to dig and figure out how to put together some sort of plan. Like how can I actually work with this? How can I turn this into something much better? Um, you're kind of showing me I feel like I don't have that much to work with. I don't have that much to kind of go off of or go with. Um, and I'm not too sure exactly what that is, but it seems and feels like even, geez, there's something here where it almost, how do I say this? You are dealing with someone. I'm not too sure exactly, which one is you. I'm not. Um, I don't know if this is an energy of like who you kind of energetically feel like you're up against or what this is. Or maybe there's something specifically there that they're actually refusing to drop and let go of. It could be that as well. Or maybe that's why you're trying to figure out like what to do about this because of them kind of like holding in a sense holding their position as well. But ultimately I kind of feel like you do want to work on things with them because there definitely is some sort of history or past. Possibly you've worked with each other together in the past. Um, Possibly within the workplace, so maybe your colleagues, co-workers, maybe you've invested with them in other times or other business adventures. But you're kind of showing me that everything going on regarding work, money, finances, and career, content, or niche, it's like you're trying to, once again, you're trying to kind of play it cool and keep everything kind of contained and under wraps. um, but ultimately the more you're kind of learning from the situation and the circumstances, you kind of like, I just don't know anymore. I still, you're kind of saying that like you still feel like you can kind of, in a sense, get what you're going for here from the situation, possibly financially speaking, but you kind of saying I feel as if there's like something I deserve, and that's what you kind of like, holding on to is what you feel you deserve. Um, I don't know what that is, but I kind of feel like on their end, or their perspective, there's something there that they aren't actually letting go of. It's almost like, I'm not gonna say, how do I say this? They're not being some type of way. They're just mentally not fully 100% over something. So it's kind of like they can hold a grudge, but they're not going to present themselves in a way where they're kind of like cutting you down with words or anything. It just kind of feels like there's something that they have not moved past. So I'm looking at 222. Jeez, Taurus. Okay. Goodness gracious. Oh. Okay. Okay. Um it seems like ultimately you do want to clear the air. It does. It feels like that's what you ultimately you kind of want. You're like, I feel like I want what I deserve. I want what is rightfully mine, but I also want to clear the air with them and make things right. Um, it's both. There's definitely some unfinished business there, which is interesting because it almost kind of seems, it feels like as soon as that air is cleared up, that's when you feel confident to kind of like, okay, now great, now that's taken care of. Let's just kind of enjoy ourselves and stay positive about this. And this is what's interesting, Taurus, is even you're kind of saying like there's energy of making the best out of it and staying positive, and you're kind of like, no, let's kind of try our best to hold on to this until you're kind of like, you know what, I actually, just don't care anymore. And so even you, Taurus, are kind of like, in a sense, so tired of trying to make the best out of it and trying to stay positive and investing in a situation where it's just not it. Because you realize it's like what you're holding on to, it's not it. It's not it. Or maybe who. So, of course, if you are dealing with anyone, which you clearly are, you could be dealing with an air sign, a water sign, a fire sign, or an earth sign. They're all here. Goodbye.